opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Chicago Bears. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision. End zone, not a good one.
Let's go.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Herbert. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. Finding space at the 40. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. Throw left side complete to Isabella. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's second down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on rips like those. They were not being moved up the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Justin Herbert looking to pass. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Bears are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. but we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one, and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. But we know that he can get first downs with his arm and his legs, Charles. And there, when he gets outside of the pocket, the defense has to account for both, and he's able to complete it for the first.
And he's very comfortable outside of the pocket. Some quarterbacks, that's not their thing. For him, that seems to be the #1 asset to his game. Gets out into the open field, things seem to break down the secondary a little bit, and he picks out the right target.
There on the stop was Leo Chanel. The Bears had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
Throwing on third down, Fields. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
One of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On first down, Dalton, and he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Fields. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching the bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. And the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10. Now it's Herbert. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. In motion left goes a tight end. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Third and long, it's Herbert. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. That's Isabella open on the right side. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now it's 2nd and 9. Back to throw here, Herbert. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Calling a loss of 2 there on the play. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. We're scoreless after 1. Charger football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. As the Chargers punter now, as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Taking it about the 16. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, still in the first half here, a long way to go. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Fields now to throw. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he will have the Bears' first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On play action, Fields. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And the Chargers are going to take over here up near the 40. That had disaster written all over. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
He's got a man, complete. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. After a fairly uneventful first quarter, that last play, that'll make a few highlight clips.
It certainly will, and you're exactly right. The first quarter almost felt like a feeling out process, didn't it? Both teams, okay, what are we going to do? Looks like they ramped things up just a little bit to start the second quarter.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
On 2nd and 9, Fields. Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Now, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Eddie Jackson with a tackle. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. The Bears on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now it's Fields. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Montgomery on the counter. And not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Here's Fields. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
From the gun on third down, Fields. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is recovered by the Chargers. And so the last 3 drives, you've got 2 interceptions and a fumble. I think we know why they're losing right now.
Without question, and we've seen the evidence, just what you talked about there. If they take care of the football, number one, maybe they're not having this deficit. And number 2, maybe they actually have the lead.
The Charger drive about to get going. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
And he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It's Khalil Mack that time, shooting in there to get him to the ground. Throwing on 2nd and long. Fields. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. Take it in at the 22. So we have reached halftime. Intermission with the visiting Chargers on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this 2nd half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dalton. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on fourth down. Here's Brett Kern now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. This will be fielded at the 17. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 18. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now Herbert off the bootleg. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that will bring up 3rd and 1.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve. And that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. And now here's a carry heading left. And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there, and it helps him move the sticks. This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Glad you're with us from Soldier Field in Chicago. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10. Herbert. This one caught by Isabella. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. start now. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on third down. Just throw the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It's taken to the 26. Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points. I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And the Bears will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Fields. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
Open man is Kmet. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And picked up by the Chargers. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Now on 2nd and 13, Herbert. That ball complete to Isabella. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first. On 1st down, it's Herbert. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And he fires one that's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And the Bears will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. So that, Charles, may be the play that this defense has been looking for.
They've hung in there, and if they lose this game, it won't be from a lack of effort on their part. The key question is, can the offense finally...
I think the ball's out and picked up by the Chargers.
Hey, I'm all about defense forcing plays and getting takeaways. But an interception and 2 fumbles in their last 3 offensive possessions.
Time to readjust?
Yeah, you can't just give all the credit to the defense on that. They've got to look in the mirror and take a blame themselves and figure out how to not do it anymore.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 52 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Right back to him on first down. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. They'll send the tight end in motion. On second down, they'll run it here. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing. Slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Boy, the run on first down, a disaster as he's tackled well behind the line of scrimmage. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
The Chargers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. Then he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try the field goal. This to make it a 3-score game late. Hopkins' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film section tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Fields, this complete to Jones. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now a first down throw. Fields buying time to his left. He'll find Jones again, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. To the air again, Fields. Man open, here is Jones. And he's brought down at the 19 after a gain of 19. First down in the red zone. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Looking to throw again on second down. Fields looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. A shotgun snap. Fields eluding the pressure right. Open man. He finds Kmet. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Bears are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 88 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a Charger 1st down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They'll try the air now with Herbert. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Herbert now to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And now off to the races down the right side. 20. And hold everything here. This one is not over yet. They return it for the touchdown.
They continue to fight, don't they?
This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. You know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Important extra point up and through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. From a yard or two deep, here comes the return. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Charger drive about to get going. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that third timeout would have really helped here.
And another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Second down at 7. Now it's Herbert. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. 112 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
The slot man in motion right. On second down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
So this one's over. It's in the win column for the L.A. Chargers.
Well, Charles, I mean, when you look at the stat sheet, ultimately one thing sticks out like a sore thumb. One side lost this game because they turned the ball over 4 times, and that was just too much for them to overcome.
And that number might as well be in neon, because you're exactly right. It just jumps up from the stat sheet. Your eyes go right to it. And with that many turnovers, they really played themselves out of this game. Too careless with the football too many times. That cost them the victory.
So for the Chargers, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions.